Good evening, everybody. We are live at the Stink Pot Shack show, and my apologies, we are about an hour and 10 minutes late into getting to tonight's show. Had a little problem with the El Gato capture card, so if anybody has growing pains by using the El Gato capture card, please hit me up because there's several tips that I can't seem to tweak at the moment. So I had to do quite a bit of things, and pretty much trial and error is the only thing that got me back and going. So what I'll try to do going from now forward is I'll try to pop on at least an hour before my stream is scheduled to go live so I can make sure everything is in working order, because you guys are the ones that expect me to be here at the same time, same bat channel every time. So I'm going to do my best to be here for you at 8 p.m. Central. So here we go. So Hurricane Irma has made her landfall. She is down in Florida, sweeping up the Gulf of Mexico and up to the Florida Panhandle area. So thoughts and prayers out to everybody. I know we have a couple clan members that are in the storm's path. So let's be mindful of everything they got going on, and let's help they have a safe recovery as the storm tears through their area. So, what I'm going to do for tonight is I'm going to try to take everybody's minds off the devastation, the disasters, the mayhem, whatever. We just want to make it, a fun little show where we can just forget about real life for a moment and, have an hour of what we all like to do best, and that's gamer heaven. So, that's what we're here to do tonight. And what I'm calling tonight is Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck. So, what does that mean, really? Well, forces of nature, you can pretty much imply what we're going to do here. But before we get started on that, I want to take some time to go over a deck that I've been using for quite a while, because I want to, for those who are still in the lower arenas trying to make their way up, I want to share some of my tips and whatnot on what makes Clash Royale, you know, better success for me. So I don't use meta decks. I don't use the flavor of the month decks or anything like that. What I basically can give you for the best tip on playing this game is consistency. So you can see I have, I think I have, yeah, I have every card in the game right now except for the new Mega Knight. So I'm sure I'll get him eventually, but right now he's the only card I don't have. And as you can see, if you go through my deck here, I'll try to go slow through it, but there's not a whole lot that I have maxed out or even close to maxing out. And the reason for that being is because the best success I have found playing this game is to find a deck that you're comfortable with, and once you found that deck, level the crap out of it, because that's how you're going to get into those high arenas, is that consistency. And this applies to pretty much any deck you can use out there, but once you understand the strengths and weaknesses of your deck, then you can move on to other decks and find their strengths and weaknesses. And that's really how the professionals, they get better, because they just know how to counter every little card you throw at them. So whoever's the best at countering and whoever's the best at understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each and every card, that's how you're going to get to the elite level status. And right now, the highest success I've had with this game, and I've been playing it since it came out, is I can only get up to Challenger 1. That's the highest I've been able to get, and there's lots more. And Challenger 1, for those who don't know, is one level above Legendary. So Legendary used to be the end-all, be-all of the arenas, but now that they've introduced these season chests, now you can go quite a bit higher. Challenger 1, 2, and 3, and it follows the Clash of Clans model. So Master 1, 2, and 3, Champion, Grand Champion, and Ultimate Champion. So your best players in the world are playing at this level right now, and they're probably exceeding that trophy limit of 6,400. So I'm going to show you my deck that I've been using forever. It's Ice Wizard, and then it's Fire Spirits, Spear Goblins, Skeleton Army, the Furnace, Elite Barbarians, Log, and Minion Horde. Now you can see all of my cards for the normals are level 12, and then my epics is a level 6. So basically, your epics, if you have any of those in your current favorite deck, Sunday is the day you want to request, because it's called Epic Sunday, so you can request only epic level cards for one time. So you definitely want to take advantage every Sunday to, request your epic cards, because you want to get them leveled as high as they can. So basically, you want to stick with a deck and level the crap out of it to as high as you can, because at my level, if I want to go to level 13, which level 13 is going to be the highest I can get it to, then it's going to cost crazy amount of gold. So you also, as you go through these decks, don't waste your gold on, just because you can see a lot of green bars on mine, and just because you're eligible to upgrade it doesn't mean you should upgrade it, because you'll never be able to keep up on the gold if you try and, upgrade everything as soon as it's available. So mainly you want to stick to what you know, and right now this is all I know. Hey, Blake Flame, thanks for joining the stream tonight. Hope you're not in Hurricane Irma territory. So, I hope you're staying safe out there, and we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. So, this is basically the deck that I ran with, and I'm currently in the Challenger 1 arena. And I'm going to go ahead and do a 2v2 with it. Oh, that's good to know, Blake. So, what we're doing tonight is we're doing a Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck. So basically, right now, I'm just going to go through my deck on how I'm able to play this game at a high level. And then we're going to reach on over and do the Forces of Nature decks that I've got set up for you guys for tonight. So, this one, like I said, is my favorite deck. It's the one that's allowed me to get above and beyond the legendary arenas, and quite frankly, it's what's allowed me to get all the legendary cards that I have currently. So like I said before, the only legendary I don't have is that new Mega Knight. So I'll go ahead and do a quick match with this deck. Sure, I'll do that for you. Thanks, Blake. So I'll kind of walk you through on how I fight with this deck. So the first thing I will do is I'll either throw my Spirit Goblins out, or I'll throw out my Fire Spirits first, because I kind of want to bait my enemy into seeing what kind of cards they have. So now I see they have a Bandit on the right, and my partner's, he's putting out defenses for that. But I kind of want to test the waters. I kind of stick to the left lane initially just to see what they're going to put out there. And once I have an idea of what cards they're playing with, that's when I start to pour on the juice and can really, start to get in there and do some damage. So I mainly am like one of those predators that, kind of wait in the shadows just to see what you're going to do. And then when you least expect it, I'll throw a card out there that I hadn't shown you before. And I like to wait on my elite barbarians for that reason and snipe at the end with them, because they hadn't seen them the whole match, so they're not going to expect them to come out. So that's what I'm going to try to do. If I don't win this battle, I'll go do a 1v1 to kind of show you my strategy on how I use this current deck. Thank you, Blake. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate that. So it's really helpful for you to hop on here, and if you have any feedback on the channel, feel free to reach out, because we're here to help you learn and help us learn. So if you have tips for me, throw them my way as well. But for now, we're trying to win this 2v2. And also, Blake, if you're interested in joining our clan, I can put if you go to on my channel, there's an About tab. If you click on that About tab, it'll have the clan tag for our Clash Royale clan, and we'd be glad to have you on board. We're not really an active clan, so if you're expecting a whole bunch of chatter, you're probably not going to see it, but we are very active, and if I'm on there, I'll talk to you. But I work tomorrow, so I can't be on there all the time. But I'm in the Central Time Zone in the USA, so in the evenings you can expect to find me around. So we're on this battle. We're doing all right. We got 800. We got 25 seconds left, and they haven't seen elite barbs from me yet. So it looks like we're gonna take that right tower for the win. And as long as I can defend, I'm gonna throw my elite barbs out to counter that bandit and the wall breaker. So yeah, we won that battle pretty handily, and that is my current favorite deck. I don't, consistency, like I said, is what's allowed me to win. So let me show you a 1v1 battle, and 1v1 battles are pretty tough up here at Challenger 1 League. So there's my deck once again, and oh, okay, let me get that clan tag for you in case you're wanting to join. Let me find it. It is up here, I believe. Yep, right there. So I'll put it in the chat for you. Let's see. PUVGLG is going to be our tag. So thanks for letting us be here for you tonight. And Game Arena 5, what deck do you go with, Blake? And while, let's see, do I have any requests? Nope, no pending requests. So there. So if you're just joining us, this is the Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature special we're doing tonight. What I'm going through now is my favorite deck, and once I get through this one, then we're going to start the Forces of Nature. So apologies for those who expected me to be on at 8 p.m. Central. I had a little mix-up and with my capture card, and I've been feverishly trying to get online for you guys, but it took me about an hour to rectify that situation. So here we are, Sunday night, Clash Royale. You can see us here every Sunday night for Clash Royale, and our schedule is in the description on the YouTube channel. So if you want to know what we're doing on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, you can check us out there. So like I said, I'm going to do a battle with this deck, and I'll once again talk to my strategy. This is a 1v1 we're doing here. So in 1v1, it's a whole new ball game. You pretty much got to pay attention to everything. So like I said, I want to start with my weaker troops first, just to see what they're going to do, and that's how I'm able to successfully counter that Goblin Barrel. And now I'm just going to show my weaker cards, just to see what they have. And I can see he's got lightning. So the kicker is, next time he throws lightning, I'm going to want to go out there and try to do a quick attack, because that lightning attack of his is going to cost him 6 elixir. So he's really not going to be able to have much to counter with if I can do a strong attack when he does that lightning again. So now I'm just setting up my deck again. He blasted it away, and see, it was perfectly timed for that hog to come in. 'Cause, yeah, he's going to get my furnace down pretty quick, but he ain't going to be able to touch my towers. So Princess, I don't really want... They're trying to bait my log again because they know I have a log. So because if I would have sent the log on that Princess, they would immediately counter with that Goblin Barrel, which, I want to have my log for that Goblin Barrel at all times. So again, with the Spear Goblins and another hog, he's going to try and bait that log out there, but I'm not going to give it to him. So that hog's doing quite a bit of damage to me, but he hasn't seen my Elite Barbarians yet, so hopefully I can get in some good snipes on that. But if he's smart, he won't show the Goblin Barrel until he thinks, I'm not going to be able to counter it. So we'll just give it a shot. And there's that lightning again, so I'm going to go with the Elite Barbarians now, followed with my Fire Spirits, and we'll see if he can counter that. One Barbarian got there, so he's taking down that tower pretty good. And now all I have to do is control the right side and protect that tower. And there's the thing again, which I have my logs ready for. So like I said, guys, the name of this game is just learning how to counter. Now that the princess is there, I can counter that a lot more easily than what I could before. So, bam, he's got that. So I'll just punish him as best I can with my elite barbarians now, and we'll see what he tries to counter with. As long as I can keep my furnace up, the only thing that's going to hurt me is going to be that lightning. So we'll have to see what he does with that, because he should have time to get one more lightning hit in, which will take that tower completely out. And there it was. So I'm gonna I know he's burned 6 elixir. Let me try to get in there again. Let me send in the minion horde. He's not expecting that either. So now you got princess, and they're getting a good chunk of that. So 670 was taken down. So now I'm just gonna try and yep, there's that again. So I'm gonna take down the princess. Not too worried about the princess. I mean, she just does very little damage, and he's mainly not going to be able to take me out because I'm not going to give him time to get on my tower again. So I'm going to just send in what I can send in and just counter what I can counter and see what happens from there. So I'll be lucky if I can get that tower down. If I just don't have enough time, because I would like to get my log in there to be able to do it, but it's just not going to have the time to get in there. So we will see what I can do. Yeah, it's just not going to be enough time. So that's going to be a draw for that battle. So yeah, Blake, I'll be happy to do 2v2 with you. So just let me get settled. And just a reminder, if you ever do get to those high levels, draws happen way more often than wins and losses. So unfortunately, that one ended in a draw. If I had been paying attention a little bit earlier, I probably could have logged that 222 health down to 0 and got him. But, trying to do log as fast as I can might have made me vulnerable. So, yeah, let's go ahead, and Blake's in here. Let's see. So there's Blake. So we'll get in a 2v2 battle with him, and I'll just keep my same deck. So Blake, you kind of know what the strategy I'm going with now. So so there we go. So here we go with the 2v2. Supercell is Blake, so he's joining us on our channel tonight. And like I said, I always tend to go for the left side, but I kind of misplaced the furnace every once in a while. My fat finger's getting away, so apologize for that. But the Valk is easily countered with my minion horde, and same thing for that wall breaker. Those guys don't really bug me so much. And he's going with Prince and Hog on the right, which was taken down quite readily with that skeleton army, which that's the only thing I don't like about, Prince and all that is, a cheap 3 elixir skeleton army can take down, even golems pretty quick. So right now I'm just waiting and seeing what he's going to throw. So I've seen a musketeer from him, I've seen a Valk from him. So I'm going to send in with my elite barbarians with that giant over there and see if we can't get something going. So now the giant's in there, but his fireball pretty much ruined that push. So he knows so he's seen everything from me. Yeah, he's seen everything from me now because I used my minion horde earlier. So once again, those skeletons army devastating to that hog. So if you're going to use a hog or a prince or anything that charges like that, you want to make sure you have enough elixir saved up where you can maybe do a zap or maybe do a fire spirits to get them out of the way quick, so your prince or whatever can get in there. So we're having trouble defending our left tower. I'm going to try and get my furnace back up to protect that a little bit better. We'll see who wins this battle, but the Electro Wizard is going to die from the Spirit Goblins and the Ice Wizard. And now we got the Wall Breaker down there, but should be taken care of easily. And I got my Furnace defense up again, so let me just log those 2 Wall Breaker dudes. Now they're gone. and we'll see what comes next. Let me try to get some elite barbarians in there. So he's already used that skeleton army, so yeah, the fireball is pretty much the only defense they had left. And now I gotta hurry up and work to get my furnace defense back before that hawk can do too much damage. And he got one hit in, unfortunately. So unless we can get a major push going soon, they're probably going to win this battle, because they're only one fireball away from winning this battle. So I'm not worried about those lead barbarians, because I'm more worried about getting to that tower fast enough before that next fireball comes, because there it is for the win, guys. So tough luck, Blake. We can keep going at it. You know, what I've noticed in Clash Royale is you can get in a losing streak quite easily, and it tends to be self-defeating when you do so. And in a recent Reddit discussion with the developers, they kind of verified what happens when you do get in a losing streak. So if you aren't familiar with this, what does happen is when you start to lose a battle and you start to lose more and more and more, you get placed in kind of like what's called like a loser's bracket. So you get placed into like a area of the algorithm that where most people are on a losing streak, and the only way to get out of that cycle, obviously, is to win. It's the only way you're going to break the cycle and start winning again. So I don't know how to tell you how to break that cycle other than start winning. Maybe take a 5-10 minute break, come back and try again. But you know, the good news about being in that loser bracket is, you know, everyone else is losing right along with you. So you know, my competitive spirit tries to get me to, you know, be better than them. So I always try to break the cycles that I'm in. But, you know, like I said, it can be self-defeating, but you just gotta have patience. You gotta have that determination and that self-drive to push through it and get to another win. So, and definitely seems like on the challenges, because I did the Mega Knight challenge last week, and I got to the point where all I needed was, you need 9 wins to get that to get the Mega Knight card, because it's guaranteed once you get 9 wins. And I had 8 wins, and I was on my last battle, and it came down to a mortar battle, and all I had to do was I was using mortar, and I put the mortar at the top on the opposite side of the river, and if I had put it on my side, I would have defended the guy a little bit longer, but since I put it on the other side of the river, that allowed our tower to be taken, and I wish I hadn't done that now, because, you know, that would have been a nice win, and I would have finally completed the challenge. But oh well, you live and learn. I mean, you're going to have times when you're that close to winning and something's just going to take it away in an instant. But, you know, what separates you is most people will rage quit or whatever during that times, but as long as you know, just take a little break, come back to it, you'll be a lot better off in the long run, because practice is really what makes this game. And if you ever played like those first-person shooter games out there, um, you know, you can get really good at them, but once you stop playing them for a while and then you try to get back into it, you realize, hey, I used to be a lot better at this. And that's pretty much how game is. This is PvP game as well. So, you know, it is an acquired skill set, and so you got to keep your skills sharp if you intend on being successful in this game. So, that's pretty much the best advice I can give you. So Blake and I are in our own losing streak right now. We're on two losses in a row. So I usually give it, you know, 3 or 4 matches before I really start going, what's going on here? So if we keep losing, then I'll probably switch up my deck to try and, you know, get the momentum going back our way. But other than that, you know, all you can do is just keep trying. So he wants to do mirror and clone. So yeah, we'll do mirror. Mirror. Oops, sorry. There's Mirror. There's Clone. And what? I guess I'll use it there. Share the clan. Alright, so there's our next battle coming up. Let's see what we can do this time. And they're coming at us quick. That's fine with me. And I'm just going to keep pounding away with my low elixir troops just to see what they got. Mirror will help me just keep 1-2 punching them like that. And they got Mega Knight again, and it's really, I haven't really learned how to successfully defend the Mega Knight, because he pretty much does like a Hulk smash. So whenever he kind of does what the Electro Wizard does when he lands, he'll eradicate some troops. So it's kind of hard to defend him, and this guy just took us out real quick. So don't give up, Blake. Just keep pushing, and we'll see what we can do. Just because we got one tower down, it's awful early. We can definitely come back from this. So we'll just keep plugging away and see what happens. So now that I know he's got the Mega Knight, I'm going to try and get my troops to be ready for that. And here they come again. So I'm going to try and save my skeleton army, because I think of all of my cards, he's going to be the best, the most effective at it. So I'll get my furnace up to defend, get the log to take out that Dark Goblin, and now he's probably going to throw out the Mega Knight next, and I'll throw my skeleton army to counter that. But until that happens, I'm going to just keep throwing with these piddly troops. And there's the Mega Knight, which I'm ready for because of the skeleton army. And see, he's dispatched real quick with that. You got a P.E.K.K.A. on top of that. And the minion horde doesn't seem to bother me. So now I'm going to try and do my elite barbarians on the right. And here we go. I'm going to wait for that prince to get up here. And we're going to try for a mega push for ourselves. And we'll even clone the elite barbarians. See what we can get. Throw some logs in there, and let's see if we can't get a push on that tower. That was a valiant push. We didn't get as far as I wanted to, but we at least showed them, hey, we're not going to be pushed around anymore. And now we got that wall breaker to contend with, which is a good job by Blake for putting that that minion horde, but it still wasn't enough. They're just out pushing us right now, so not much you can do there. They're just going to take the 3 crown because they had all the right cards and we had all the wrong cards. So what I'm going to switch to now is, this episode is called the Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck. So if you want to continue with my 2v2s with me, that's fine, but I'm going to stick to my Forces of Nature decks for the rest of this stream, because I only got 30 minutes left, and I want to make sure I get through them all. So if you know anything about me, one thing I like to do when I do these themes is I like to tell a story. So tonight's story, of course, is going to be Hurricane Irma. We want to try and take the focus of what's going on in real life, and just, apply that theme into a fun game we all enjoy playing in Clash Royale. So, this is going to be my Forces of Nature deck, and this is the first deck we're using tonight. So this theme is, before Hurricane Irma made landfall, you still had all these structures and buildings in place that, they hadn't been flooded, they hadn't been affected by the high winds. So this is kind of like peace in Clash Royale. So this is my structure deck. Has a whole bunch of structures in place, and we're going to see if we can win with it. These decks are not going to be aimed at winning. These decks are just going to be aimed at, telling my story about Hurricane Irma. So here we go. I'll see if anybody in the clan wants to do a 2v2, if they're brave enough to withstand Hurricane Irma with me. Otherwise, I'll go it alone to do a quick match. But this is my structured deck in the Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck. Special decks I'm using tonight. And you know, this is just stuff I make up on my own. No one else is doing this as far as I know. If they are, it's just pure coincidence. So I'm going to start throwing out my structures and try and keep this Hurricane Irma enemy at bay and see what we can do, because we definitely don't want to lose this battle. We got to save all our citizens behind our walls. So here we go. We've got two baby dragons coming at us, and now we got a hog on the right side. So, oh, and a big mighty rocket. So, yeah, they're gonna win. If we can't do a quick push, then that rocket alone is gonna get us. So, I'm saving up for my barbarians, and I'm gonna throw out the skeletons. Getting a couple little hits with that giant out there. So we'll see what we can do there. But I'm gonna break out my barbarians right now. Get them pushing. So if I can get my structure set up like I want to, it's going to be hard for them to defend it, especially as we get into the double elixir last minute. But I really don't have anything to counter that princess card, so that might be problematic. But you can see he's going to be rocketing the crap out of us as we go forward here. And that Inferno Tower is going to, you know, take down that P.E.K.K.A really quick. So I'm just going to keep pushing here while they're distracted. I'm not going to let that hog take me down. So there we go. There's the rocket again. So yeah, we're going to have to push harder if we're going to take this. Otherwise, this battle is going to be lost. So I'm just going to try and focus strictly on getting the structures out there that are going to push to prevent him from using that rocket next time. So here we go. And yeah, we're in trouble. They pretty much took that left tower already. And yep, there it went. So, not the best of decks to win the game with, but that's okay, because this is our theme deck for the evening. The structured deck. And I'm just going to ride this storm out the best that I can, try and counter the best I can. Let's get a little bomb tower action going. They haven't seen that. Take care of that ice wizard. And let's get some fire spirits going. Maybe if we can distract things, we can get a push going. We got quite a bit, but they're probably just going to rocket that whole bunch right there. Get that wizard out. We'll just keep pushing. We might get that tower, who knows. Unfortunately, we're going to run out of time, but we did pretty decent. I mean, if we would have had probably another minute, we probably could have got that left tower down. So good job, Blake, there for trying to come back. We almost got another tower down, but unfortunately, we didn't quite get there. So I will do one more challenge with this structure deck. See if we can't. We'll kind of do like the best 2 out of 3. Once they've lost the 2 out of the 3 match, then we'll move on to the next Forces of Nature deck. But so this is our second match with the structure deck, and we'll see what we got going on here. So this is Clash Royale, guys. Sunday night action, Stinkpot Shack show. So thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Thank you, GSP, thanks for joining us here tonight. We've got the Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature decks going on here. And I'm just going to try and build up my structures like I did at the last match. And I'm going to get my Inferno Tower out this time. I didn't get it out at all last time, but I want to take out that giant pretty quick. So I'll let the Barbarians handle the left and Inferno Tower handle the right to get that giant gone quickly. And there he's gone. And I'll even complement it with the Tesla Tower. Excuse me. So we'll just keep this left side busy. And maybe that P.E.K.K.A. There we go. Good job, George. That's my partner right now. But those 2 Inferno Towers, maybe I can get my bomb tower out there where everybody's distracted and it can just topple it down real quick. So I think I'll do that. Bomb tower it up. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. I'll look at your sub afterwards. I'll check out your channel. So thank you for checking my channel out. Yeah, I'll definitely help you out, bud. Don't worry about it. So, so right now we're doing the structure deck here in Clash Royale. They got the rocket once again, so we're gonna try and take a tower down before the next rockets come and get us. And I gotta keep my Inferno tower up because they're gonna keep launching those elite barbs. Thanks for your subscription, Jake. I appreciate it. I'll get you right after this stream. So, thank you once again. Oh, let's see. Gotta focus on stopping their pushes right now. And that seems to be where we're having a problem, but it's alright because, like I said, I'm not really trying to win with these decks. These are my Forces of Nature decks for, you know, a Hurricane special tonight. So I'm just trying them out because that, you know, if you missed earlier in the stream, what I basically said for, you know, the best strategy is, you know, stick to 1 or 2 decks and, you know, just level them up. But right now we're just trying different cards out, trying to find their strengths and weaknesses, coupling them with some cards you might not normally couple them with to see what kind of pushes you can get going. So, alright Jake, thanks for stopping in. We'll check you later. So, I'm just going to focus on keeping the structures going because that's going to be the best defense that I can do because that's all I have is structures. So I'm going to start my barbs on the right hand side and see if, because the left side's really busy right now and we're just not going to have time. So we've lost 2 in a row with that deck, so we're going to switch our decks once again. So now that Hurricane Irma has obviously proven she's not going away, she's made her landfall, she's toppled all my buildings. So now it's time to go to the next phase of our Forces of Nature deck. And now we got everything flying around in the air. Bats are flying in the air, goblins flying in the air, fire spirits are dancing all over the ground, so along with their buddies, the ice spirits. Arrows are flying into trees. You know, balloons flying everywhere, minions causing chaos. So Hurricane Irma's made her landfall, and I like to tell stories with my deck. So this is the next phase of our Forces of Nature deck, where everything's just flying around in the air. So here we go. We'll see if anybody in the clan wants to go with me. Otherwise, I'll do another quick match. And there we have another contender. So Hurricane Irma, Jawed. Jawed is one of our co-leaders, so thank you, Jawed, for joining us tonight. So let's get everything flying, because Hurricane Irma is doing her 130-mile-per-hour winds. I can't control my troops. All I can do is just keep them sending them flying around. So that's what we're just going to do. Just start getting everything flying. And let's see what we can do. We got Sparky on the ground, you know. Telephone poles are falling down, giving our little Sparky some new life with some electrical bliss. So we're just going to see what we can do here. Hey, Gaming with Joseph, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you checking us out. This is the Hurricane Irma special we're doing, trying to distract everyone from the real life troubles going on around in Florida right now. So we just want to have a little fun, light humor with Hurricane Irma, and that's what we're attempting to do tonight. So thank you for showing up. And so, like I said, this is our flying deck where everything's just flying around, causing mass hysteria. And we're still getting beat up pretty bad, but you know, it's a pretty even match right now. Our towers are both beat up. I'm gonna try and help Jawed here. This is the first time. Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. So actually I've only been streaming, I guess this is probably my 10th stream, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks I've been doing this, just learning as I go. So if you have tips for me, you know, let me know. I'm all ears. I'm eager to learn on how I can be a better YouTuber for you guys. So if there's something I'm in a bad habit of doing, just feel free to let me know in the comments once I publish the stream later. So gotta get a win, Jawed. Come on, buddy. Push hard. We can take this. I'm gonna take your Sparky. You can distract that Inferno with my balloon. And I'm gonna throw a Goblin Barrel out there while all that's going on. See if we can't take that tower. Oh, they arrowed it up. Okay, so we're gonna keep on going here. So, Gaming with Joseph, what games do you play besides Clash Royale? Any? Okay, we gotta get this going. Get this push. Right here, Joey. Get it. Sparky is really hard to get to the tower nowadays with that Electro Wizard because they just stop it. They just stop that Electro because they pretty much just stun your Electro, or sorry, your Sparky. There's not much you can do there, so sorry, Joey, we couldn't pull off the W on this one. But we'll get him next time. So like I said earlier, we're going to try these Forces of Nature's decks out until they get the best 2 out of 3 on me. So that's the first loss with this one. So we'll give it another shot. See if we can't get a win with it. If you're interested in joining our clan, I can, if you go to my channel and hit the About tab, it has the clan tags for both Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. And if you can't find them there, just let me know and I'll put them in chat. If you can scroll up in this chat, I have it mentioned there, but I don't know if you can see that if you joined after I put it in there. So we're going to try another flying deck here on this Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck, where everything's flying around in the air, causing mass chaos, mayhem, you call it, you name it, it's going on here. So I had a structure deck before this, and as expected, Hurricane Irma toppled through my structure deck, knocked down all my buildings, and now I'm trying to get past their Sparky that has been obviously imbued with telephone pole electricity. So we took down that Sparky pretty good, and now our Sparky is going to battle. I'm going to try and complement that with some Fire Spirits and a Knight, but Electro Wizard is the big counter for Sparky at the moment, because it just stops Sparky dead in their tracks, because it paralyzes them with, you know, their own dose of electricity. So it's really hard to get that in there. So both of our towers are going down pretty quick right now. So I'll try to sneak in one with some Goblin Barrels sent over there, but if Zap or Arrows is gonna take me down pretty quick. So once again, Jawed, we tried, buddy, but we're gonna have to switch on over to another deck, because this one just isn't cutting it for me. So maybe we'll get lucky, but I just don't see us taking 2 towers out in 1 minute. So especially when they, you know, they only need 14. Yeah, they're just taking our 3rd tower down really quick. So I'll try to Goblin Barrel it again. Maybe we can get 1 tower out of it, but who knows. We're trying our best here for everybody. So here we go. I'm gonna arrow up now. They're Elite Barbarian in it. So here we go. Bye bye, 3rd tower. Good try, Jawed. So alright. So now we got that out of the way. We're gonna switch on over to our 3rd Forces of Nature deck. And this is I forget what I actually put for this one, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see. This one is, oh, okay. So if you joined us late, I kind of wanted to tell a story with my Hurricane Irma decks. So here's where we started. We started with a structure deck before the hurricane ever made landfall, but that got defeated quickly. So now all our buildings are gone, and now everything started flying around in the air. So that's why I use Fire Spirits, Goblin Barrel, Bats, Minions, Balloons, Flying Arrows, flying everything flying. And that didn't work either. The hurricane force winds and Sparkies and whatnot were still too strong for me. So now, you know, I've been getting beat pretty handily. So now I'm going to bring power of my own. And this is a massive 6.9 elixir deck. I do not recommend you ever using a deck that's 6.9 elixir. You pretty much want to stay 3.5 and below. But, you know, when storms get crazy, you gotta get a little crazy. So let's just see what happens with this deck. I got 3 Musketeers, I got the Golem, I got the Pika, I got the Barbarian Hut, I even got the Giant Skeleton, I have Sparky, and the Lightning in the midst of all this hurricane madness. So the only thing that might help it is if we can keep our Elixir Collector on the field. So we'll try this again in another 2v2 and see what happens. We're going to, you know, this is going to be the power versus power, Goliath versus Goliath. So we'll see what we can get accomplished with this deck. Jawed, if you're hop in here, I hope you're using a lower elixir deck or we're really in trouble. So, yep, Jawad's here again. He's got elixir collector of his own. He's got 3 musketeers of his own. So we're going to try to fight fire with fire on this one, guys. See if we can't get a win in. Let me start with a barbarian hat. We're both going to the left, so that's good. And he's going to get his first elixir collector out. I don't see one in sight for me. And so they got fireball to counter his. And I'm going to put a giant skeleton out to try and counter any troops he's got coming up. So let's see what happens. We got Inferno out there to take on their Inferno blaster. So here we go. We're making a push, and I'm going to throw in a Sparky to see what really happens to get in behind all these barbarians. And then we have the Inferno tower defending. So if we get somewhere, this might be a good push for us. Blast away everything with, there we go. Oh, that just hit skeleton, so that was unfortunate. And now we won't even get another shot off, but that's alright. We're not hurt at this moment. They're unable to push, so I'm going to drop a golem to stop their push. And looks like that barbarian battering ram got through, but other than that, it was a pretty successful defense. Now the problem I'm having is that, you know, with 6.9 elixir, I do not have the elixir to do anything right now, so I'm just trying to save the best that I can. And let me just lightning, because I really don't have anything else I can do at the moment, so that kind of minimizes the damage they'll be able to do, but they still got half of our tower down. So I'm hoping once it gets the double elixir here in about 5 seconds, that I'll be able to get something going. Let me start an elixir collector, see what we can get going. He's probably just going to fireball it though. There it is, fireball. See, that's the thing about this game. Once you get to the point where you can pretty much anticipate the moves that they're going to make, then that's what's going to allow you to be a better player in general. And it looks like Jawed lost connection there, so I'm going to have a... Oh, and he rejoined. Good. So, otherwise, I would have had a hard time taking this all on my own. And he's going to have 3 musketeers out there. And I'm going to have... Let's get a golem back here to help with those 3 musketeers push. So, here we go. Everybody's pushing. Got a fireball. We're getting somewhere, hopefully. Let me throw a lightning in there to take out those troops. Get in there, guys. Come on, let's take out this tower. We got to. We got to. Push, guys. Boom. There we got it. 11 seconds to go. Let's just focus on defending now. And I'm just going to have my 3 musketeers waiting for anything that should come our way. But that's going to be a win. Good job, Jawed. Good battle. We finally won with our Hurricane Irma forces of deck. And it took me to use a massive 6.9 elixir fighting fire with fire to get that W. So we're going to keep using this deck, at least on my end. I don't know what Jawad's going to do, but I'm going to keep using this deck just to see if we can string together some more wins. Because another thing I've noticed, and especially in that Mega Knight challenge, it seemed if you used the high elixir cards, because I think the elixir was ×4 in that challenge, so that was a time where you would want to use high elixir cards. But on these type of challenges here, just standard 2v2, you generally don't want to. But it worked out for us last match, so we'll see what happens this match. Pretty much going to save up for a golem to complement everything going, because it's hard for them to counter a golem. So let's throw that out and see what happens. We got the Inferno tower there to kind of help him for a little bit, but right now I'm just in elixir saving mode. You know, when you're using a 6.9 elixir deck and you waste 8 on a golem that's easily countered by the Inferno tower, then that pretty much makes me, you know, an easy target. There's not a whole lot I can do right now. I'll lightning the best I can, but not much else I can do. So they got quite a bit of damage on that tower, and now we just have to begin our rebuilding process to hopefully string together another push, and maybe we can get that tower down before 1:40 expires. So if they don't take down my elixir thingy, I'll have a good chance of doing it. But now we're pretty much going to have to defend. I'll defend with my giant skeleton to blow everything up in that area, but their Royal Giant is still just pecking away because he only focuses on the towers. So let me go with the I'll try and do a Sparky 3 Musketeer if I can get the elixir saved up. We'll see what happens, but we're into double elixir, so here we go. 3 Musketeers and the battering ram and the Sparky. Let's see if we can't get a good push with that. So bam, we took that skeleton army out pretty handily, so if we can just get them focused on that tower, that would really help us out. But our knight is taken, or their knight took down our Sparky with relative ease. Let me come straight away with the golem because we got to get to that tower quick, and the golem is what's going to allow us to do that. So we're going to try and get in there. Let me try everything I got because that's all we can really do at this point. Just throw everything I have in there, and I want to try and cycle my lightning back around, but I don't think we're going to have enough time. But that definitely would allow me, if I can. Oh, so close, guys, so close. Yeah, 6.9 elixir. It really doesn't allow me to get back to a car really fast at all, because I could have taken that tower down if I would have been able to get to my lightning, but I just couldn't cycle fast enough on this slow deck. So that was it, guys. So we got defeated there, and I said we would do the best 2 out of the 3, so hopefully we can win with this one more time, and then it'll finally be a successful deck for us. So I'll do this high elixir deck one more time. If you're just catching in, my first deck was a structure deck, my second deck was a flying deck, and this is going to be a brute force, a defensive stance deck to try and, counter. So I'll start off again with my giant skeletons. I want to see if they're going to use like a fireball or lightning, because if they don't, I'm going to try and get my elixir pumps going, because I will really be able to do some damage if I can get that going. So that's the risk you run when you do these high elixir decks, is if they have something that can take out your elixir generators, then it's pretty much hope that your golem or whatever tank troop you use can sustain the slow elixir. So there he is. There's my elixir collector out there. And let's see if they try and take it out. And they do one of their own, so that's pretty much going to counter mine. But Jawa throws one out, so now it's 2 elixir collectors versus their 1. And let's see what happens here. I'm going to throw out P.E.K.K.A. And I'm going to go on the right side because they kind of forced me to. But Jawa's going to keep pecking away on that left side. And I'm going to have to get a golem out to stop those elite barbarians. While the right side is... See, now I'm running out of... Yeah, they got a whole bunch of baby troops coming in, and I can't really do anything for that. So unless Java can stop it, that tower is gone. Because I am fresh out of elixir. And I'll try and take our tower while they took that one. Hopefully we can. But Sparky's really slow on the jump. Now they threw out the Mega Knight, so that's unfortunate. But, well, he's still alive. Well, that Fire Spirits took him out, so... But the Golem was able to take their tower, so now we're tied. So now I just basically want to focus on guarding our left tower the best as I can. And so that Inferno should take out that Mega Knight pretty handily. If not, our tower combined with our troops will. I'm going to throw out a giant skeleton out there to kind of blow up whatever might be on the field at the time. And we'll get a P.E.K.K.A. out to take care of that hog. Boom. So yeah, no, we weren't hurt on that one. They're bringing a golem of their own. The Inferno Tower combined with our troop push should hold that off. Let me throw in a lightning. There we go. We successfully defended that push. And by the time the golem gets down there, the P.E.K.K.A. is going to have him tore up. So Not really worried there. Let's see if I can sneak in another elixir collector while I'm at it. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Shouldn't have done that. That's my fault if they take that tower. Let me try and stop it with my barbarian hut. Okay, it stopped the bleeding for now, but will it be enough? No. You got all these little troops coming out, and yeah, sorry, Jawed, I shouldn't have tried to go with that last elixir collector. So that pretty much that's been our successful deck so far. We got a win with it. So, to recap you on the story, Hurricane Irma is taking over Clash Royale by storm. We started with our structure deck with, before the hurricane made landfall. We started here with all our buildings high and tall, trying to take on the enemy, but they were quickly toppled, forcing everything to fly into the air. Balloons, mass hysteria, mass mayhem, fire flying, goblins flying, bats flying, and then we said, okay, enough is enough. We have to take a stand. So we have this tank deck with the Golem, the Pika, the Three Musketeers, the Giant Skeletons, and that was able to capitalize one win for us, but, it wasn't long before Hurricane Irma re-strengthened out there and decided, hey, I'm going to take you guys out once again. So now here we are, Hurricane Irma's full in effect, and she's just taking over. So now we have given in to her unrelenting mercy, and so now we are being transformed into the hurricane itself. So now we have lightning at our arsenal. We have lightning rods. We have tornadoes flying everywhere. We have, people being electrocuted on the ground, being imbued with the power of electricity. We have strong lightning. We have sparky generators out there. We have logs flying through the air, and mirrors just causing mass hysteria once again. So we're going to try this deck out to finish the stream for the night. See if we can't, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So that's what we're kind of doing here on this last series with our Forces of Nature deck. Let's see if we can't get a couple W's in. If you're unfamiliar with who I am Stinkpot, part of the Late for Supper crew. We are here every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central, so feel free to subscribe or comment below. And if you have any questions or feedback about our channel, I'll be happy to address that. Just, hit me up on a comment or a message or however you feel comfortable, and I'll get to it. So now we are Hurricane Irma ourselves, and now the people are trying to fight back, but the Forces of Nature deck is going to try and topple their advances, and let's see what we can do on this attempt here. So I got 2 Tesla's towers, quickly took out that baby dragon. I'm going to wait for that Night Witch to get in range, then I'm going to drop an Electro Wizard right on her to take out both of those wizards. So those are gone, but they got elite barbarians in there, so we got to get those guys out. So I used a couple of flying logs, and they took it out about half. So what I'm going to do now is focus on defending that tower with some more Teslas and whatever I can muster at the time. So they're using a miner to sneak in, and I'm going to try and draw him away with the tornado, and bam, save that tower for a little bit. So here we are doing our final round of battle in the Forces of Nature deck. I appreciate you guys for showing up tonight. If you need help with your own Clash Royale decks, if you need some help, you want to try some new things, feel free to talk to me. I'm always good at experimenting, so I have a pretty good idea of what cards will work and what will not work together. So if you need some help, just let me know. But right now we're trying to get our own W in here. They've taken down one of our towers, and that bandit, she can sneak in there too, but I'm gonna have Electro Wizard stop her. And my deck just isn't fast enough. I forget what my elixir cost was, but obviously it's not doing me much justice in this battle. So Jawa got in there, got his barbarians in there. Let me just go ahead and chop a lightning right there. But that golem is going to be trouble for us. So let me get Tess. Yeah, that's horrible. Sorry about that, guys. So they took 2 of our towers. So the people are finally fighting back against this hurricane, and there's not much this hurricane can do at this point. And they took a quick 3-tower on us in the last battle. So that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for showing up here. Jawed, thank you for doing those 2v2 battles with me. Thank you to Gaming with Joseph and all the other new subscribers we got tonight. You know, I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. It's been an interesting journey so far in my short time that I've been here on YouTube. So, you know, if you like my channel, feel free to show that to you. And, you know, reach out to your friends and say, hey, check out my channel, Stink Pot Shack Show. We're here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Right now we are on Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and Art of Conquest. And there's going to be some new games coming out in the near future, so every once in a while I'll probably switch up the schedule. And if I ever go up to 5 days a week, you know, I'll probably throw in some Minecraft and some other games that you guys might want to see. So if there's a game I'm not covering that's, you know, you think would be beneficial to the channel, just let me know, and I can talk about it, putting it in the schedule at a later time. But as for now, thank you for attending our Hurricane Irma Forces of Nature deck special. This is Steakpot signing off.